Hello, everyone, and welcome to an especially miserable edition of, sorry in advance, a Phillies sports podcast. So, I think for the first time in a while, the Phillies have lost 3 series in a row, and maybe it's just because we've been spoiled, but this fucking blows. And I think it's more aggravating because of how they're losing, which is just a fucking lack of everything that they're spreading across
the field.
The series.
I got to be honest with you. I'm like, it's kind of bittersweet for me, I think, right? I mean, now you know what the team obviously needs. Yeah, like you know what they need. It's clear. It's pretty clear. It just looks like
what do they need? You tell me. What do they need?
Well, obviously they need an outfielder because Marsh ain't cutting it. I'm done. They need to do something. The man hasn't got a base hit since July 11th. And he was hurt today, and he was still playing.
Well, I think that's I mean, we've all said that. I was about to say Pizzo, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'll get to that in a minute. I mean, we said for a while Rojas wasn't cutting it. My thing is, I just there's multiple things that we can literally look at this and say, what the frig are we doing? Like, I know Marsh's numbers against lefties is terrible. I get it.
But it's not even against lefties now. And now it's just as a whole.
Right. And I'm like, okay, well, so if we face 2 lefties in a row, cool. Marsh is never getting in a game, or you're bringing him in late. Like, and then, you know, we were saying the same shit about Rojas. Like, oh, like his offense is killing us, but his defense is going to be a saving grace. Like, yeah, he's made nice defensive plays. Still can't fucking hit.
Well, that's the problem.
Pache's not doing anything. They released Merrifield, who wasn't doing anything. Weston Wilson isn't going to be our savior. So it was just like my whole thing for sticking up for everything they were doing was, you have the best record in baseball. You have had the best record in baseball with the current team that you have. Well, now it was just like, all right, our saving grace was our pitching. Well, now our bullpen's kind of shit in the bed. Ranger Suarez can't get right.
He looks a little bit better.
A little bit better. I mean, Nola looked very good today.
Yeah, he did. Besides,
and it literally was just another bad inning.
But going back,
not from him.
No, but going back to Marsh, I get it. Like, Rojas wasn't hitting, but to have 2 outfielders in your starting lineup that can't hit the ball at all is not how you're going to win games.
Right.
Just not. It's just not.
So let me real quick. Let me catch up on the comments from one specific person right now, who I'm. You're lucky I started drinking.
There's no way. There is no way.
So here's Skag's brother saying Scott Kingery can save the team. Excuse me, team. Yes, superstar utility player.
No, we're not calling Kingery.
There is not a fucking chance that I'm calling Scott Kingery up. You know what? Here's my thing. Scott Kingery is doing so well. He better be the first person that people are asking for in a trade. That's how good he's doing, apparently, in AAA, where players go to die. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like
he better be traded.
Like, yeah, like he will not sniff the field. But I was listening earlier, and I got sucked into 94. And they did come up with a good point. Like, you're not going to win the pennant or the World Series if you have the worst outfield in the league. It's just not happening.
I agree. I mean, granted,
Cassie's picked it up.
He has. Cassie's been ridiculous the last month.
Yeah, he has.
I just feel like, you know, when you're 7, 8, and 9 is, I mean, one of them's going to be your backup catcher, you know, which is Stubbs. So that I'm not counting that right now. Yeah. But when you're 7 and 8 or 8 and 9 is Marsh, Pache, Weston Wilson, or Rojas, like, it's not going to cut it.
No.
But your team shouldn't come down to 2 players. That is my thing. It really shouldn't.
I mean, I agree with that. But when you have a lineup like the Phillies, your bottom of the lineup becomes so much more important.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I
I
agree.
mean,
It's a slump. It's a perfect time slump because now you know what we need.
well, and here's the best thing: the Braves have still been losing. The Mets have been losing. I mean, the Braves, as of today, were still 9.5 games back and got rained out again.
And they lost with Merrifield.
They lost with Merrifield. So, hey,
So, but do you understand? No, we're not. Yeah, get hit. Yeah,
we're done with Scott Kingery. Scott Kingery is on the Ben Simmons level of conversation right now, whereas not involved in one at all.
But do you understand what I'm saying though? With like when you got two of your outfielders not hitting, and they're in the bottom of your lineup, you're not going to win. You're just not.
I know. But I mean, it's not every lineup in baseball. I mean, there's 30 teams in baseball. I'm guaranteeing you 29 of them at any given time, at every given time, is not having 1 through 9 hitting all on fire at once. Maybe the Rockies today against the Red Sox, because last I looked, that was like 19-3 in the 6th or 7th.
But I can guarantee you one thing: they don't have an outfielder that hasn't had a hit in 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean,
as long same goes with Rojas as well. I mean, it's just Dombrowski. I hope this shows to him over the last stretch of games that they now know, like he knows what we need now. Like,
but do you think you're going to have to pick one? You have to go for an outfielder or go for pitching?
No, you can do both. You can do both. Necessarily.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, now you could go after Robert and get Garrett, whatever. That'd be great. You're depleting the farm system, which I'm fine with. See ya, bye.
So
or you could go the Oakland way. I mean, I know Rooker doesn't play outfield much, but if you're gonna look at the platoon way, you can platoon him with Marsh.
But you're counting the same problem then.
Yeah, but Rooker's a better hitter.
I understand that, but it makes no sense to play him then. To play Marsh as much then. Marsh is being used as a bench player.
Marsh would play center field. Marsh is a better player than Rojas.
I mean, I feel like we can agree that I don't think Pache's here after the trade deadline.
No.
It's coming up with the trade package that is going to work. And if you're going the Luis Robert way, which I still don't think it's happening, I don't think they're going to go after him.
We'll see what happens with it. I don't know. I actually think the Miller Rooker is more of a possibility than that.
I agree because especially with the bullpen faltering the way it has. And it's not like I'm blaming it all on Soto. He has struggled. But then again, yesterday, he was perfectly fine. Like 3 games ago, he's perfectly fine for an inning. He's just hot and cold. Alvarado is the same way right now. I mean, Kerkering hasn't even looked the same.
I don't think I'd use Kerkering in a high leverage situation for a while.
But you could say that about everybody right now, except Hoffman. And maybe Strom, because I mean, Strom was bound to have
a bad game or two. Yeah. I just think, I mean, I really think the way to go is to do a big bullpen arm like Jason Stark literally just said. I don't know if you heard that. He said that the Phillies Dave Dombrowski's looking for difference makers in October. He's not looking for something to like odds and ends deals.
Yeah, I just
great, good for him.
I mean, I don't believe that the Phillies are looking at Crochet. I really don't.
I don't think they're looking at him, but I do think they are looking at Robert, though.
I think they're looking at pitching. I think it's going to come more. It's not. I would love to get Garrett Crochet. I really would, because I think it would, on this specific year, it would work in 2 fronts. At the fact that like Tyler Phillips has looked fantastic.
Yeah, he has.
Which is crazy. It's so cool to see that our 5th pitcher has stepped up. Like Mercado did for a little bit and then struggled, but Phillips has done really, really well.
Something that a guy that's being paid $75 million to do so couldn't. Fucking loser.
Pretty much.
Dude, and you haven't even
I never heard a fucking blister could keep you out for 2 months.
Dude.
Anyway. but I just feel like it's insane, like how we've had people come up. And according to 94, even though the genius to camera was saying while I was on hold like a week ago, saying that he thinks the Phillies are going to go after pitching, it got to my turn on the call, and I literally said, I think the Phillies are going to go after maybe a starting pitcher. Why not? And they're like, oh, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense for him. And I'm like, you fucking just said it a half hour ago while I was on hold. Now I'm wrong. And I'm like, it made me want to change my opinion because he said it. It made me be like, no, because I don't want to agree with that fucking douchebag. Anyway, I think getting Garrett Crochet would actually work on two fronts for this year because he's on an innings limit. So eventually he's going to go to a bullpen, which is where he was all last year, but they want to stretch him out to become a starter. He's already had way more than he pitched last year, and he is just fucking filthy. So then next year you still have control over him.
So let's say
as a starter.
Yeah, but okay, so let's say they do go that route, right? Let's say they trade for Robert and Crochet or whatever. You're trading Painter then. Get him out.
But what if you're only trading for one of them?
No, fuck that. You got to trade for both.
There's no other but I'm saying there's no other outfielder that you would take. What if you went after somebody like Lane Thomas, who can play outfield?
Doesn't move the needle.
At all?
No. Sean, no. You gotta go for the big fish. I know it's been a while. We haven't seen it in a while. It's time to let go and unleash the beast, as in Dave Dombrowski. I'm telling you, man. Like, this is the only way they're going to win the World Series. You cannot make a small deal. This isn't like, I get it, like 08, like we got Bland, that helped us, propelled us to the World Series. We got Stairs as well. This is a different type of league now. Teams are stacked.
I mean,
that's what people got to realize.
So, I mean, in the last 10 games, let me see. 4 plus 5 plus 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. Divided by 9. Oh, excuse me. So Luis Robert in his last 10 games is hitting .237 with one home run and 4 RBIs.
Yeah, look where he's playing.
And he has 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. He's 14 strikeouts, so he fits right in here. So hold on, give me 1 sec. Let me catch up with these because your mom asked a question. What is happening with Stott? I actually don't know what the hell is happening with Stott.
Not a lot.
In his last 7 games, he's got 7 strikeouts, 2 hits, and he's hitting 91. In his last 15 games, he's hitting 170 with 9 hits. I don't know. And the strikeouts, nothing looks right. It looks like he used to be such a good opposite field hitter.
He's got he shows like flashes, but then like it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, which is very odd. Usually, and I'm not trying to even sound like a smart ass with this, like usually it's just like you can really tell like something's up.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like hurt.
I don't know. Like, I mean, in the Oakland series, granted, he only got to bat once, but he struck out because he came in late. But then in the second game of the Oakland series, he batted 5 times with 4 strikeouts. And then on the one that he walked on, he got caught stealing.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, his defense is still there. I just don't like the hitting. Hopefully comes around, but I don't know what he did as far as changes from last year.
I don't know. Like, yeah, Stott used to be such a good opposite field hitter. It seems like the inside pitch, he just can't hit it all now, like, or can't see it.
It's either that or, like you said, like it looks like he's having a hard time keeping his hands in.
Yeah,
trying to get trying to swing the bat around the ball, but yeah, he's just been. I don't know. I don't have any criticism towards him unless it continues like in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's funny. Like, we could sit here and defend him, like, because he's playing Gold Glove, but then it's the same reason that people want to keep Rojas around. I'm not defending Rojas at all. I'm just simply saying, like, we're saying both of their offenses suck, but we're here for the defense. I'm like, right, but we don't really have another second baseman. We have plenty of outfielders who suck right now. So,
besides Cassidy.
So, hey, Alex, welcome back from Alaska. That's somebody I work with.
Nice.
Hey Donna, how are you?
Yeah, I just.
Let me see. Give me.
Yeah.
Definitely need pitching. I'm telling people you hate me. Wait, I'm telling you people hate me. I was supposed to be done at 7:30 in the other manager slate. I thought you were saying you were telling people that I hate you, and I'm like, what?
What's up, John?
Mike, thanks for coming. Our relief pitching is
it's abysmal.
I mean, you're being incredibly nice right now by saying it sucks. It's
not good.
Fucking just atrocious to look at right now.
But like back to like the bullpen though, like it happens every year. No matter when besides 2008, the Phillies were good from 2009 to 2011, whatever. Their bullpen still kind of sucked.
Right.
But
it's every year. It's literally every year we do this. It doesn't matter. It makes no sense. Which is funny because we still have the second lowest, which we probably had the first. We were probably the tops in our bullpen.
Yeah, because nobody let up a run for like 3 months. The first 3 months.
I mean, our whole entire pitching staff. I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
We were probably top 5 in. Yeah, we were because I can't share the screen right now. I don't want my computer to have a stroke. But Seattle just topped us. Their pitching ERA is 3.41. Ours is 3.46, probably because of today. So that means we're still first in the National League. But it's just it's infuriating to watch.
Oh yeah, and it's infuriating.
It's just so aggravating.
It's more infuriating to watch this year because we got off to such a hot start. I mean, granted, it's only been like 10 games. Yeah. I mean, you got to think about 2 weeks ago, we just kicked the shit out of the Dodgers.
I think that makes it more frustrating is because
I think maybe they exerted a lot of energy for that, and it was right towards the All-Star break.
True, and here's my thing too is I don't know, I forget if I said this to you. I know I said it to my brother and all. Like, I feel like we're all looking at the Pirates like, oh my god, it's the Pirates. It's not. The Pirates are actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, they are good.
O'Neal Cruz, Brian Hayes isn't living up to what he was supposed to be, but he's still a good third baseman. You have Brian Reynolds, who's a very good switch hitter. Their pitching staff is very good.
Yeah, you got
except for the one that we were supposed to face, who shut us down somehow. Whatever the fuck is
their bullpen's real good too.
Right. Did we even face Bednar?
No, I don't remember. Actually,
I don't think we needed to.
No.
Yeah,
no, they're a good team. Like I could see them actually somehow sneaking in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they're very close.
And I would love for them to sneak in the playoffs. I love watching their games, like playoff atmosphere in Pittsburgh. Yeah, like it's really cool.
Maybe I'll go to one of their games because it's probably cheaper than going to one of mine, including a flight or driving.
$30 a piece for a playoff ticket. That'd be awesome. I would go with you. I'd be waving the towels.
That's fine. Whatever. But I feel like between that, we beat the shit out of the Dodgers. A little bit of a depleted Dodgers, but whatever. We still beat the Dodgers.
It's like an all-star team.
It is, even without bets and whatever. And then we played Oakland, which was just an ugly series. And then that last game where we just got our ass handed to us, where Butler pretty much doubled all of his stats for the year in one game.
Yeah.
You could tell like that was just it. Like they didn't even come to play. It was just they were ready for the All-Star break. Come out. Your Pittsburgh series sucked, except for the game on Sunday where Tyler Phillips showed up and then the offense showed up.
Well, that was only because of Cruz. Was it Cruz that dropped the ball at second?
Oh yeah, then the floodgates just opened.
Yeah, if he doesn't drop it, we win like 2-0.
Yeah,
1-0.
And then it was then you go to the Twins, and again the offense
they're a good team though.
The Twins are good. Yeah, I'm not taking anything from that away from them.
I don't know if you saw the stat. I think since May they've been one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah,
I think beginning of May.
I mean they're 10 games over 500. Like they're fighting for a division spot.
Yeah,
like that's a good no. They're probably leading if Cleveland doesn't come out of friggin' nowhere this year. No one expected Cleveland to be doing what they're doing.
No, God, no. I actually thought they were going to trade Jose Ramirez this year.
I don't know how the hell. I don't know why he even signed there. It's crazy. And then unless he knows some shit that we don't know. But anyway, so between that and then the Twin series, where I mean, the first game we had 4 hits and 2 runs. Second game we had 6 hits and 3 runs, and then today we had 9 hits, 4 runs, and then gave it all right back in 1 inning. And then
it's funny because when the bases were loaded and Kirkring was in, I was like, I'm turning this off because I know where this is headed. You could feel it.
Which is, it's a shame. I just I don't know. It's just frustrating because, like, even Harper said,
I heard what he said
after, just coming out and just, I mean, I know he was talking shit on the umpires too.
Yeah, and you know what though? To be honest, I know there were some questionable calls today, but dude, let me tell you something, man. And
he brought it back to the Twin series too.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not bashing Bryce, but dude, he looked at 2 pitches right down the middle, back to back. I mean, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. My thing is,
why does he have such bizarre bats sometimes? Like, was it last year he just didn't swing the bat?
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if that was one where he was just told not to.
What it was like, but I get it. Like the umps were definitely questionable, but you can't solely blame on the fact of why they've been playing like shit.
No, and I feel like you're taught from, Little League, that 2 strikes, anything close, you're supposed to
swing. You got to swing.
Well, yeah, cover the plate. There's pitches that are pretty close. Like I saw one that Harper got wrong up today that was low, and I'm like, all right, like that was.
But there was 2 strikes.
But there's 2 strikes, and I'm like, you bitch at the umpire instead of covering the plate. I'm clearly not defending the umpires this year at all. I'm just saying, like, you don't try and fight off pitches anymore. You'd rather argue.
Marsh did the same thing. It was 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, I agree. It was 2nd and 3rd, and he looked at a pitch right down the middle, and he was like, "That's not a strike." And I'm like, "Dude, yes, it is."
Yeah, and I just feel like it's more of the arguing and not. There's plenty of teams that are swinging at high inside pitches and getting little blue hits that somehow extend innings against us that lead to 2-3 runs all the time.
Cassie sort of did it today to extend the lead to 4-1. He hit that little bloop.
Yeah,
but I think they'll be okay. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, you just.
Well, if we're going to lose another 2 out of 3, at least it was to my dog's team. She came from Minnesota. I mean, I guess awesome. If there's a positive, then I'll take that.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, now you're looking. We got to play Cleveland.
The positive is that you're home,
but you're playing Cleveland.
So you're playing Cleveland, who is
very good,
right? And here's my thing. I'm still very confused about the schedule, because why do they have a day off tomorrow? I'm glad. I just.
All right, where's Cleveland playing at?
Oh, that shit. That I didn't. They're home.
Oh, they're home?
They're home. Cleveland was like a 2-hour flight when I flew there.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on at the bank.
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Travel day. I think the reason I hate that is for, like, when this shit happens, it always seems like, then at the end of the season, the Phillies have 21 games in a row with no days off.
On the road.
Yeah, like some shit like that. By the way, it's all against your division, and it's just like.
Was that last year or the year before that where they were on the road for like a whole month? Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
It was yeah.
They were on the road for exactly a month.
Right. It's just, I don't know.
I think their first game back was that playoff game against Atlanta.
That's right, because we had to go right to St. Louis. Yeah. Dude,
that's crazy.
So Friday, we're playing Cleveland, who right now is 4 games behind us in record. I know it means nothing because they're in the American League, but it's Christopher Sanchez against Ben Lively. Ben Lively's not terrible. Him and Sanchez are pretty close right now in stats. Lively's got 80 strikeouts, Sanchez 89. Lively's got a 3.57 ERA, Sanchez a 2.97, and he's 7-5, and Lively's 8-6. Excuse me. Saturday is Carlos Carrasco against Tyler Phillips.
Dude, we got 2 former Phillies against us. That's not good.
No, it's never good. And then Sunday is what time is the Saturday game? Saturday is 6:05.
Oh, it's 6:00.
Yeah, and then Sunday is 1:30 with Suarez again. I meant to talk about this. Huh?
The deadline. When's the deadline? Is it next week?
30th, 31st. Oh, Jesus God. I just like watch. I'm gonna get so much spam now because I typed in MLB trade deadline.
It's gonna be all rumors.
What is it? It is.
Nah, but what were you gonna say though?
So here's the funny thing I thought about the other day. July 30th at 6:00 Eastern time is the trade deadline. So here's what I thought about when it comes to Ranger Suarez. Do you remember the beginning of the year when I think everybody was just like, you know, we're all good with Ranger Suarez. He's a number 3 or 4. You know, he'll give you 5-6 innings, give up 3 or 4 runs. Everybody was fine with that.
Yeah.
And then he comes out. Now he comes out, goes like 10-1, and then he's just fucking shutting everyone down.
He's just lighting people up.
Yeah. And then now he's, you know, going back to like what he was. He's given like it. He doesn't look good, and I think is it like overshadowed because of what he was in the beginning of the year. But like, is he going back to what he really was?
I don't think he's necessarily going back to what he was. I think he's just going through a dead arm period.
His pitches don't look the same at all.
No, that's why I think it's a dead arm period. And it's been, what, 3-4 games that he's pitched like this?
I mean, there was the game in Colorado a while ago, but that's Colorado.
He also took a line drive off of
his hand.
But I don't think that really had anything because he pitched fine after that. But I think he's just going through a dead arm period. You got to remember too, he's over his innings limit, like what he normally pitches. Is he not?
If he's already there, though, then I mean that's.
Or is he close to it?
But that's another reason then to go get a starter. You know?
Yeah, but if he's just going through a dead arm period, dead arm period only lasts 4 or 5 games.
So his most amount of innings is 155 back in 2022.
What's he at?
He's at 119 right now.
All right, so he's creeping up there.
He had 125 last year, but he also started late last year.
Well, if he stays healthy, he's going to surpass that.
Right. I mean, because you figured there's 10 weeks left in the season. So you figure, I mean, what, he's 10-5. He started 20 games. Usually you're averaging around 30 starts.
Yeah.
So he'll probably, I mean, including this Sunday, he'll have another 8 starts. You know, that's another 40, 50 innings, hopefully. But he's also like, you know, he's at 116 strikeouts right now. He had 119 last year and 129 the year before. And then that was his max. He's creeping up to that too. So is he going for more of the strikeouts? I don't know. My only point to all of this was just like, you know, he was fucking blowing us away for a whole entire first half of the year.
But it happens.
Did he just come back down? It does. I think my biggest comparison I could really use is, and I'm not comparing the two skill wise, is Garrett Cole, who has not looked very good. Like, he hasn't looked great.
No, he hasn't.
Like, I like Garrett Cole, but I'm not, you know, kissing his ass like the Yankees do.
No.
Like, he's 3-1. I know he was hurt for a while. He's only started 6 games. But he's 3-1 with a 4.60 ERA. Like, and he's not looking like the same Garrett Cole, which they never do. Like, you get the big contract, you get older. I mean, the dude is 33 and he signed for another 74 years with the Yankees. So, holy shit, he's been with the Yankees for 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 5th year already.
It's already been 5 years, and I forgot he pitched for Houston and Pittsburgh.
I know, and Pittsburgh. My God, think of, like, all the World Series he's won with the Yankees. It's crazy. Sorry, couldn't help it. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's I mean, back to what we were originally talking about. It's just like the problems with the bullpen. It just seems like we can't get everything together all at once.
No.
Like Nola pitched a very good game today. The offense came through with 4 runs. And it seems like the offense, when they're scoring, like they score, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's just
4
like
in 1 or 2 innings, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, post All-Star break hangover,
maybe a little bit of that. Like I said, let's wait and see what they do at the deadline.
I think it's going to be. This one's going to be fun because
this is going to be the most fun we've had in a while.
I don't know how else to really think about it except the fact that like this is. I think it's going to piss a lot of people off, and it's going to make a lot of people happy because it's going to be. You see it in the fan group, in the Phillies fan group.
Oh yeah.
Like people want Rooker and Miller. People want a definite closer. I would love a definite closer, but that's the traditionalist where I need a fucking closer. I'm tired of this. Well, it could be anybody at any moment. And I'm like, no. I would love to get to the point where like I could use Mason Miller because we have a 7-run lead and we haven't had him pitch a week.
In a World Series game. We don't need it to be undecided on who's going to pitch.
Right. I forget who it was. I think it was MLB Network Radio. I was listening to that and they were saying how it makes more sense for the Tigers and Oakland to trade Rooker or to trade Skubal and Miller.
Yeah.
You are like Skubal's talent's going to be wasted. The Detroit isn't close.
I thought they were going to be close because they were close last year. I thought at least this year they'd be like, maybe in the playoff picture, but they just can't seem to figure it out. Yeah,
and I mean, you would think after hiring what's his name? I can't remember, but when he was coach of the Astros.
Oh, AJ
Hinch.
AJ
Hinch. Yeah, when they hired him, I'm like, all right, a manager can turn it around, and I'm like. Well, then you signed fucking dickbag Javier Baez, who
that was a terrible.
He can't even pay off anybody to give him a hit.
I don't even think he starts anymore.
Like that's where I bet MLB wishes that they had the NHL rule where they could just buy out a player. Dude, go away.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But they were like, I was listening. They're like, it makes more sense for them to get rid of him. Oakland isn't going to be in a major league stadium until 4 years from now.
Yeah, I know.
And Oakland doesn't pay anybody, so just trade him. Get all you can for prospects. Now.
I legitimately think that they will trade him. I just don't know to where. Like I could see him going to any variety number of teams.
Yeah, I don't. It's interesting just where, because so many people in the National League are going to be buyers. It's insane how close everybody is. Like the Mets already came out and said they're going to be buying. The Cubs apparently aren't going to do anything.
They're selling.
They're already concentrating. But everything I'm reading is like saying that they're concentrating on 2025 already.
Yeah, they're
you're just saying fuck the season then.
They're looking to trade Bellinger.
See, it doesn't make sense to. Like if you're concentrating on 2025, like he's hurt again, I thought too.
I think he just came back.
Did he? All right. I don't know. I mean, it's did they go after like a bullpen piece like was it Tanner Scott from the Marlins?
See, like that doesn't really
it doesn't. I know it doesn't move the needle.
Like it really like think about it. It really doesn't. Like you need to move the needle.
Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about like a Rosarena. Like I would consider that Rosarena's been looking better.
I would like that because he's younger. He's like young, and I mean, you could probably get a bullpen piece out of Tampa as well. I just like I said, I just think let's just wait and see what Dave does.
Yeah, I think one thing that was really surprised was, the Orioles coming out saying that they're okay moving Santander and Mullins.
I also heard that they could possibly trade Jackson Holiday.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Which
I
don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how he's doing the minors.
Surprises me.
Yeah.
But Jackson Holiday, that
one's. I don't think that one's true.
I would be. I mean, that would be it. That would rock the MLB.
Yeah, I think that would.
I mean, when was the last time that actually happened? Like somebody got traded,
traded,
like that. Like came up, played a little bit, got set back down, and was part of the future, and then they just traded him.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting.
That would be like Washington trading Bryce Harper.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
I mean, the thing is, like, Mullins would be a rental.
I don't want Mullins though.
Well, actually, no. He's arbitration next year, so you'd have him for next year too, and he's a lefty. I don't know. He's not having the greatest year. I mean, it's a good option, but it's the same as a Rosarania, but a Rosarania's a righty, so that would kind of help you a little bit. Jackie wants Dansby Swanson. I would have taken Dansby Swanson when he was a free agent. I would have taken him in a heartbeat. I liked him so much.
I would have took any of the 3 shortstops besides Correa. And his foot or whatever the fuck was wrong with him.
Like, thank God for the Giants.
Well, wait, didn't he originally sign with the Mets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell? Wait, it was a whole big thing.
It was the Mets. He signed with the Mets. He failed the physical. Then he signed with the Giants, and he failed the physical for that.
I remember it all goes through a bunch of stuff because I remember it was like
because there was like a good solid 3 weeks where he didn't sign, and we were doing
right, but it started with the Giants, didn't it? Yeah,
it started with the Giants. I thought it started with the Mets.
I'm saying Dansby Swanson was a number 1 who was traded.
Oh, wait, I don't think he was. Did he get traded?
You wouldn't have taken Dansby Swanson?
I don't think he got
trade. The day in history, Braves trade for Dansby Swanson. Let's see. Atlanta. No. The Braves acquired Dansby Swanson, Ender Enciarte, and Aaron Blair from the Diamondbacks in exchange for Shelby Miller and Gabe Spear. Atlanta.
You know what? I forgot. I keep forgetting that he played for Arizona.
Oh, here we go with my camera again.
Uh-oh. I can still hear you though. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't. I said it was gonna have a seizure.
Yeah.
Whatever. People don't want to see my face anyway. So, yeah, but I remember the thing with Correa was he signed with. It was supposed to be the Giants.
I don't know. I know
San Francisco balked at finalizing the $350 million 13-year contract, and then the Mets hesitated for the same reason.
But then he
went back to the Twins.
I thought he took a physical or something, and his leg was like all mangled.
Yeah, it was something from a previous surgery, right?
Yeah. But
okay. Anyway, so look, all my notes are gone from my iCloud. That's good too.
Good thing this episode's almost done.
I know, seriously, this sucks. I really botched this one. Actually, I didn't. My computer did. So anyway, moral of this whole entire story is the Phillies need to get their head out of their ass. Yes. I think they will be fine. I'm not losing my cool. I'm not losing my mind. It's frustrating. I need the offense to get clicking again.
And it will.
Maybe it's. I agree. It will.
Yeah, everyone just has to calm down, but they'll be fine.
Yeah. I just feel like it's just not what we're used to seeing this year, so now it's even worse. Yeah. And I think we've been kicking ass for so long that people don't want to see them take a step backwards. But it really does show how important it was for us to build up such a lead in the division.
Yep.
I mean, as of today, we had a 9.5 game lead on the Braves and an 11 or 12.5 on the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's huge. Here was my thing too. This might be my last point, and then I'm done. This is why I said, and I know many people, not me, not just me, but have said like why it is so important to keep playing when you reach the playoffs. Why a week off can really mess up what the mojo you have.
Yeah.
And hey, Amy, And it's just like, I don't want this to be a foreshadow of what happens if we win the division and
I
take a week off.
I totally agree. I don't think that will happen.
No. Just for clarification, screw Swanson. Dirty. What did you think of David Wright while I'm still on here?
Wright?
I would have taken David Wright in a heartbeat. Yeah, I know he was a Met, but he was one of the few Mets I liked.
Yeah,
he might have been the only one I liked.
I actually did like him a lot. I like the way he played. He kind of almost reminded me of Chase Utley in a way.
Utley, I know. I was gonna say it's the same thing. I mean, he just
the injuries.
There is a definition of like played the game right,
and he did.
It's funny to like that's a thing. It's very odd also to be talking in just a black screen.
Did you want to do a podcast
trivia?
No, we'll do that when we have your face.
Oh, all right. Whatever.
Did you want to do
fix it?
Nah, it's fine right now. Do you want to do the podcast the day after the trade deadline or the day of?
Screw right. Okay.
Like that night.
So let me see. The trade deadline is Tuesday. We
could do one that night.
I know, but I'm thinking because I'm on vacation next week.
I got you.
This was planned like months ago. So, let me see. Actually, you know what? I think we come. I mean, I could be you and just bring like a laptop with me.
Could.
Jess might slit my throat, but
I mean, we could do one after you get back.
I mean, I get back Wednesday.
Then let's do one Thursday.
Nah, I mean that's too much time.
So you want to do one Wednesday night?
I mean, do I call in from my phone?
I mean, you could.
So let's see. The Phillies play the Guardians through Sunday, and then they play Monday. They play Yankees Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday is a 12:35 game. We could totally do one Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday night.
All right, perfect.
After we sweep the fucking Stankies.
And then we can talk about the new acquisitions.
Yes. Deal.
All right. Cool.
All right. Good turnout today.
Yeah.
Besides your brother recommending Scott Kingery can save the team.
But no, I think
as soon as I saw that in our notes, I'm just like, it even said, "Oh, Matt Pizzo added this." I'm like, this fucking guy. Oh
yeah. But no, thanks everyone for joining in. It was good.
Matt, Mike, Mrs. Pizzo, Alex, Donna, as always, John, Mother, and Mike Billingham. I don't think we've had you on before, but thank you for hanging out.
But thank you for
Jackie.
Joining. Yep.
Jackie and Amy. And Jackie, yes, you're right. Screw Swanson. I'm sorry. I should have never recommended him. But thank you all for hanging out. And my face will be back next Wednesday, and Scott will as well.
All right.
Go Phils, for the love of God. Please do something like worthwhile. Get on the right track. Sweep the Guardians. Just actually no. Hashtag win the series.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Hashtag win the series.
Yes.
All right. I will. And tomorrow Deadpool comes out, so I'll be living the dream this whole weekend because I'm seeing it Thursday and Sunday. So
nice.
So go Phils, go Deadpool.
Later.
Later.
Listen.